Hey, you want to play Stray? Big Meowth or Little Meowth? Want to play Stray? No? What about you, Littens? Want to play Stray? No? Okay, fine. Hey, Socks, you want to play Stray? I don't know if that was a yes or a no, but I'm assuming it was a no. Hey, Morganas, you want to play Stray? Hey, Doraemon, you want to play Stray? Come on. I'm sure you would like this gadget. It's way more different than all the other gadgets you have in there. Hey, Tom's from my Tom and Jerry collection. Any of you want to play Stray? Well, that's right, none of you can talk. Hey, Happy, you want to play Stray? I was hoping you'd say aye, sir. Hey, Chopper, you want to play Stray? Oh, that's right, you're a reindeer. Hmm. Ah. Hey, Lecter, you want to play Stray? You want to play Stray, Lecter? Come on, Lecter, you want to play Stray? You want to play Stray? Huh? You wanna? I'll take that as a yes. Hey guys, what is up? This is Matthew Davis, me once again. Welcome back to another video game review. This time it is going to be on Stray. I haven't done a video game review in a couple months. There hasn't been that many games that I played this year so far, so I really need to catch up. There are still other games that came out recently that I want to try playing, but I've just been busy with seeing so many other movies and work and stuff. There are multiple games that came out recently that I want to play, like the new Ninja Turtle game, and I think there's something else. I know there was more, but I know Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is coming out soon, so yeah, there's quite a bit more games that I need to catch up on in order for me to make my best games of the year list. But anyways, in Stray, you play as a cat. And no, not an alien cat from outer space, not a robot cat or anything like that, just a normal, regular cat. And you get separated from your friends and you run into this little robot called B12 that turns out actually used to be human. As throughout the game, you can scan like little icons that will bring back some of his memory. And throughout your journey, not only do you have to go and try to return to your friends, but you also have to bring peace to this cyberpunk world as they've been living in darkness throughout their lives. And there's like these little creatures that want to take you down. Probably the closest thing to a real villain in this game. And throughout your journey, you'll be solving puzzles, jumping on objects to solve those puzzles. And once in a while, you'll scratch on a post. You can meow whenever you want because you're a cat. And you basically do what a cat normally does. And playing as a cat never felt like more of a blessing than playing this game. I had a really great time with this game. I did not know a whole lot about this game. All I know is that a lot of people were anticipating this game. The fact that it's a game where you play as a cat, that's like my dream game. That's like something that I've kind of always wanted. Well, not really. I haven't really thought about it, but playing as an actual cat, like a cat simulation game, just seems like a dream come true. And the fact that there is actual gameplay in this other than just you being a cat, and I had a really great time with this game. It is a bit short, but luckily the game is not full price. It is $30, and I think the game developers might be an indie company. I'm not sure. I didn't check to see what the game publisher is. Let me just look it up. Blue 12 Studio, that's the company. I never actually heard of the company before, but if they made other good games in the past, then maybe I might want to play those too. And this was truly a great experience. Now, this game isn't heavy on combat because you can't really fight back. This is not the type of game where an animal just uses combat throughout his journey. No, he uses puzzle-solving skills, and while you sort of can fight back, you usually... The only enemies in this game that you have to face off against are these like little crab creatures Kind of reminds me of like those crab creatures from Half-Life, but there's a lot more of them. And once in a while, you have to use stealth to get to certain areas, and you have to avoid like certain robots. And those are the main people throughout this entire game. Like, there's not a single human in this game. It's all robots. I guess it takes place in the future, but hey, robots is very common to see in like big futuristic worlds, and the fact that all of them are pretty much the same didn't really have me like caring that much for them, given how most of them are pretty much the same, just with different clothes on, kind of. But the only ones you're really going to care about is the cat and B12, as B12 has, I wouldn't say a lot of personality to him. He has a bit more character to him. And I don't know if this cat is a boy or a girl. It doesn't have a name. We just call him the cat. But hey, the cat is absolutely going to win your heart. You can do anything that you can set your mind to as a cat. You can rub up against things. You can, like I mentioned before, you can meow. Like if you press like a certain button, you can meow over and over, and it just never got annoying. If you're frustrated on something, I feel like you should always just push that meow button to get you more motivated in the game. And when I first started playing this game, like for like the first 30 minutes, my cat Lecter he would just go up against the screen, like thinking that there are actual cats in the TV screen. He would just like go up against them. It was really funny. Lecter, those cats aren't real. Lecter, wait. Oh. Lecter, what are you doing? Those cats aren't real. They're the... Lecter! Oh my god! But I think he took it a little bit too seriously, so there was a point where I kind of had to put him somewhere else so he wouldn't like ruin my TV. But later on he didn't do that anymore. But I don't know. It was just funny. Like the first 30 minutes, he tried like going up against. Also, the game is fun to try to 100% too. There are little like side stuff you can do to like earn badges, and there aren't that many badges to get. There's like 6 of them, and 3 of them I think are a little bit more harder to get. Well, not necessarily hard. You have to do like these, like get these like sheets of paper, sheet music, and bring them to this one guy, and it'll give you a badge. And yeah, there isn't that much you can like do in this game, and the game doesn't hold your hand that much. Like sometimes you're probably going to get a little confused on what to do. Well, luckily, if you go to the trophy guide, there's like little clips and stuff of how to do a certain mission or where you have to go, and you can always just look it up. I mean, it's not a long game. Like if you do the main story, it takes like 4 hours. It could take like 6 hours. One of those hours, including where you have to sleep on a bed for a whole hour without doing a single thing just to get a certain trophy. I'm not sure if it was entirely worth it. But probably the hardest achievement for me, it's not necessarily hard, but it's something that you have to experience in order to get this trophy. It's the fact that you have to let the cat get killed 9 times for the 9 lives trophy. And while I was playing this game, when enemies came up, I was all like, don't you dare hurt my baby. Do not dare hurt my cat. So having to do this one thing just to get this trophy, I really didn't feel like was worth it. But if it's not something you have to do, all I really cared about was beating the game. And once I was done with the game, I was very satisfied. Although I kind of would have liked the ending to be a little bit more like what I was hoping for, because while you are trying to like get back to your friends, I don't feel like I was fully satisfied with the whole conclusion, because it kind of felt a little bit anticlimactic. And there's no like real main villain in this game. The enemies are mostly just robots and like little like floating head robots. There's no like real main villain that you go up against. There's no boss fights or anything like that. So it might not be as fun as some other games that came out this year, like Kirby and the Forgotten Lands or Elden Ring, but the journey and the experience is all that you really need from this game and what you should expect. Stray is a really, really solid game. The fact that you can play as a cat, it's certainly a game for cat lovers, and you do not want this cat getting hurt, and every time I saw the cat getting hurt, I was all like, get off my cat, get off. And this is definitely a game that I think cat lovers, and if you're not a cat lover, I still think you're going to have a pleasant time with this game. It's a great experience. The world is great. The puzzles are pretty creative, though it definitely kind of reminds me of like a point-and-click game, something like Telltale's The Walking Dead, or Grim Fandango, or what else? The Wolf Among Us, or Monkey Island games. It's kind of like a 3D third-person or third cat platformer with some point-and-click elements. Instead of using a cursor, you use a cat. And this was a very unique experience. I could easily give this a perfect score just for the fact that you can play as a cat, but that would be biased, so I'm just going to give it a solid enough score. It could have been just a little bit higher if the ending was a little bit more satisfying, but hey, I still felt like I got my money's worth. It's out on PC and PlayStation 4 and 5. It's not on any other console at the moment. It might come to more consoles unless the studio is just a PlayStation exclusive studio, like Bluepoint or something. I mean, it's on PC, and hell, we're getting games like the Persona series on Switch and Xbox. So, I mean, it might still happen. Who knows? But I do recommend giving this game a shot. Just don't expect a whole lot of combat or anything like that, because there's no combat or bosses. It's more of a journey than an actual, like, flat-out game. But still really good. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Word out.